The DNA results came back on a Sunday morning. 0% probability of paternity. My son wasn't mine, and my wife's best friend had known for 2 years. I'm sitting in my truck outside the post office. It's 4:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. I've been staring at the envelope for 40 minutes. Gene Trust Laboratories, certified mail. They misspelled my name, Michael Davies, instead of Davis. The red confidential stamp is crooked. I can feel the raised seal under my thumb. It's still warm from being in my pocket. I opened it 20 minutes ago, read it 5 times. The words don't change. Alleged father, Michael Davis. Child, Caleb James Davis. Conclusion excluded. Probability of paternity, 0%. There's a chart, numbers, percentages. Science doesn't lie, my dad used to say. He was a carpenter, built houses with his hands, taught me that measurements matter. A 1/4 inch off and the whole frame's wrong. My hands are shaking. I can't feel the steering wheel anymore. A coworker knocks on my window. Steve from the electrical crew. He's grinning, holding up a 6-pack. Tuesday tradition, beers after shift. I wave him off. He sees my face and the grin dies. He backs away slowly. Smart man. I start the truck. Drive. I don't go home. I drive to Emma's best friend's house. Linda Taylor, pastor's wife, the woman who helped Emma plan Caleb's 3rd birthday party 6 months ago. They made the cake together. Chocolate with blue frosting, Caleb's favorite color. Linda answers the door like she's been waiting. She doesn't ask why I'm there, doesn't ask if I'm okay. She just steps aside and lets me in. Her kitchen smells like coffee, fresh pot, 2 mugs already on the counter. The good mugs, not the chipped ones you use for yourself. Company mugs. Sit, she says. I sit. She pours. Her hands are steady. Mine are shaking so badly I almost drop the cup. The coffee's hot. Too hot. I don't drink it. You opened it, Linda says. Not a question. I stare at her. How did you... Michael. She sits across from me, folds her hands. Have you confronted Emma yet? No, I came here first. I don't know why. I'm talking too fast, words tumbling out. She's your best friend. I thought maybe you could tell me this is a mistake. Lab error. Something. Linda looks at me for a long time. Her face is calm. Too calm. Like she's looking at a stranger, not her husband's friend, not the man who helped them move into this house 4 years ago. It's not a mistake, she says. Something in my chest cracks. How do you know? She doesn't answer, just sips her coffee. I can hear her daughters upstairs, Rachel and Grace. 15 and 13, their footsteps creak on the ceiling, arguing about something teenage girls argue about. Normal sounds, normal life. You need to go home, Linda says. You need to talk to Emma. I don't know what to say. Yes, you do. She stands, walks to the sink, rinses her cup even though she barely drank from it. You ask her how long. You ask her who. My throat closes. Do you know who? Linda turns, looks at me. Something flickers in her eyes. Something cold. Go home, Michael. I stand. My legs are weak. Linda. Have you confronted Emma yet? She asks again. No. She smiles. It doesn't reach her eyes. Good. She says, not yet. I sit in my truck for another 20 minutes. Then I drive home. Emma's in the kitchen. She's making dinner. Pasta, Caleb's favorite. He's in the living room watching cartoons. Paw Patrol. The dogs are saving the day again. Emma turns when she hears me. Smiles. You're late. Thought maybe you stopped for beers with... She sees my face. The smile dies. Michael? I put the envelope on the counter. Between us. Like evidence. She looks at it, looks at me. Her face goes white. What is that? You know what it is. Michael, I don't... Open it. Her hands are shaking now too. She opens the envelope, reads. I watch her eyes move across the page, watch the moment it lands, watch her face crumple. Michael, how long? Please, how long? She's crying now, sliding down the cabinet, sitting on the floor. It was a mistake. How many times? She looks at the floor. I don't know. You don't know. I lost count after 20. The kitchen tilts. I grab the counter. 20. She counted. At some point she was counting. Who? My voice sounds far away. Who is it? She's sobbing. Can't talk. I can hear Caleb laughing in the other room. The Paw Patrol theme song. Life is rough, but we're tough. Emma, who is Caleb's father? She looks up at me, mascara running, face destroyed. Robert, she whispers. I don't understand. Robert who? Pastor Robert. The floor disappears. Pastor Robert Taylor, our pastor, the man who married us 7 years ago, who baptized Caleb when he was 6 months old, who leads our prayer group every Thursday night, who put his hand on my shoulder in that prayer meeting and said, Michael, you're blessed. This family is a gift from God. I walk to the living room. Caleb is 3 feet away. He's sitting cross-legged on the carpet. Blue pajamas with dinosaurs. His hair is dark like Emma's. His eyes are brown like mine. Except they're not like mine. They're like Robert's. On the shelf above the TV, there's Caleb's birth certificate in a frame. Emma's idea. A memento, she said. I take it down. Look at it. Father, Michael Andrew Davis. There's a signature at the bottom. Witness signature. Required in our state for home births. Emma had Caleb at home. Natural birth, she said. Better for bonding. The witness signature is Pastor Robert Taylor's. He was there, in our house, when Caleb was born. He signed his name, watched his son take his first breath, and signed a document that said the baby was mine. I hear glass breaking. It takes me a second to realize I dropped the frame. Caleb looks up. Daddy, you okay? Yeah, buddy, I'm okay. Keep watching your show. I go back to the kitchen. Emma is still on the floor. I stand over her. How long? I ask again. Not how many times. How long? She wipes her face, voice small. 2.5 years. Caleb is 3. She got pregnant 4 months into the affair. Did you know? I ask. When you were pregnant, did you know he might be the father? She nods. And you didn't tell me. She shakes her head. You let me think. I can't finish. Can't breathe. You let me cut the cord. You let me hold him. You let me name him. You let me fall in love with him. Michael, I'm sorry. Does Robert know? Does he know Caleb is his? She hesitates. That's answer enough. How long has he known? Since Caleb was 6 months old. Since the baptism. Since Robert held my son over the baptismal font and said, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He knew. The whole time. Every prayer meeting, every Sunday service, every counseling session where he told me how to be a better husband, a better father. He knew. I walk to the junk drawer, find my phone, start scrolling. What are you doing? Emma asks. I'm calling him. No! She scrambles up, grabs my arm. Please don't. Not like this. How should I do it, Emma? Should I schedule a meeting, make an appointment through the church secretary? Michael, please. I pull away. Find Pastor Robert's number. My thumb hovers over the call button. Then I remember something. Linda's face, her strange calm. Her question, have you confronted Emma yet? Her answer when I said no. Good, don't, not yet. I lower the phone. I'm leaving, I say. I'm going to pack a bag. I'll be back tomorrow for more of my things. Where are you going? I don't know. Michael, please, we can fix this. We can get counseling. Pastor Robert knows someone. I laugh. It sounds wrong, broken. Pastor Robert, I say. Right. I'm sure he knows just the guy. I walk upstairs, pack a bag, jeans, shirts, toothbrush. My hands are moving, but I don't feel connected to them. When I come back down, Emma is in Caleb's room. I can hear her crying. Caleb asking why mommy's sad. I walk out, get in my truck, sit there. I pull out my phone again, scroll through photos, find one from 18 months ago. The church prayer group retreat, 30 people standing in front of a lake. Emma and Linda are arm in arm on the left side, best friends, matching smiles. Pastor Robert is standing behind them, one hand on my shoulder, the other hand on Emma's lower back. I stare at that hand. How did I miss it? How did I not see? I zoom in on Linda's face. She's smiling, but her eyes aren't. They're looking at something off camera, or maybe at nothing, maybe at a future only she could see. I start the truck, drive back to Linda's house. It's after 9 when I get there. The lights are on upstairs. I can see Linda's silhouette in the window. She's standing still, like she's waiting. I knock. She opens the door before the second knock. I need to know what you know, I say. She doesn't pretend to misunderstand. Come in. We go to her kitchen again, same seats, no coffee this time. Tell me, I say, what did Emma say? Robert, 2.5 years. He's known since Caleb was 6 months old. Linda nods, like she's confirming something she already knew. Linda, what do you know? She stands, walks to the hallway, opens a closet I've seen 100 times. Christmas decorations, old coats, normal closet things. She pulls down a box from the top shelf, black, locked. She sets it on the table, pulls a key from her pocket, unlocks it. Inside is a binder, black leather, 3-ring, thick. She opens it, turns it toward me. The first page has my name at the top, Michael Davis, typed like a legal document. The second page, Emma Davis, née Wilson. The third page is a timeline, dates, locations, a title at the top, affair documentation, 24 months confirmed. I look up at Linda. What is this? Proof, she says. I start flipping pages, text messages, screenshots, time-stamped. Emma's phone number. Another number I don't recognize. The messages are intimate, graphic, plans to meet, hotels, his office, our house, our house. While I was at work, while Caleb was at daycare. There are photos, Emma and Robert, grainy, taken from a distance, parking lots, a restaurant across town, his car parked outside our house. How long have you had this? I ask. Linda sits down, folds her hands. I found the first text 2 years ago on Robert's phone. He was in the shower. I saw Emma's name. I looked, and then I started watching. 2 years. She's known for 2 years. Why didn't you tell me? Because you would have confronted him, Linda says. Her voice is calm, clinical. And he would have denied it, and Emma would have denied it. And it would have been your word against theirs. No proof, just suspicion. The church would have sided with Robert. You would have been cast out, labeled jealous, paranoid, a bad husband projecting your own insecurities. She's right. I know she's right. So you waited. I gathered evidence, she corrects. I documented, I confirmed, I built a case. A case for what? She closes the binder, 278 pages. I saw the page count in the table of contents. For Sunday, she says. What happened Sunday? Linda looks at me. Her eyes are cold, calm, the eyes of someone who's been planning something for a very long time. Sunday, she says, the church is going to hear the truth. I stare at the binder, at 2 years of secrets, 2 years of my wife's betrayal, 2 years of Linda watching, documenting, waiting. You've known for 2 years, I say slowly. You knew Caleb wasn't mine. You knew Robert was his father, and you never said anything. I couldn't, Linda says, not until I had everything, not until I could prove it wasn't just Emma, not until I could protect all the victims. The room goes cold. What do you mean, all the victims? Linda opens the binder again, flips to a different section. Pink tabs, blue tabs, green tabs. Each one has a name. Emma Davis, Jessica Miller, Amy Johnson. There are 5 women, Linda says, that I know of. Emma was number 3. I can't breathe. You're telling me my husband, Linda says, is a predator, and I've spent 2 years making sure everyone knows it. 5 women. I'm still staring at the binder. The tabs are color-coded, pink, blue, green, yellow, red. Each one represents someone's life, someone's family. Emma was number 3, I say. My voice sounds hollow. Linda nods, flips to the pink section. Jessica Miller, started 3 years ago. She came to Robert for marriage counseling. Her husband traveled for work. She was lonely. Robert told her God had brought them together for a reason. She flips to the blue section. Amy Johnson, 2.5 years ago. She just had a miscarriage. Robert offered spiritual counseling. Told her he understood her pain, that he could help her heal. Did she... I can't finish. She got pregnant, Linda says. Her voice is flat, matter of fact. She miscarried again at 10 weeks. Robert told her it was God's will. Told her not to tell anyone, not even her husband. Said the stress of people knowing would make it worse. My hands are fists. And the others? Linda shows me the calendar. A printed Google calendar. 18 months of appointments. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. The same block repeated, week after week. Pastoral care written in each slot. She's highlighted every appointment. Yellow marker. The pattern is obvious once you see it. These appointments, I say, they're all affairs, Linda finishes. Scheduled, systematic, he kept a rotation. I look at the dates, match them to the tabs in the binder. Tuesday, Emma. Thursday, Jessica. Tuesday, Amy. He was seeing them at the church? His office, soundproof, lock on the inside. He installed it 3 years ago. Told the board it was for confidential counseling sessions. Linda's voice is ice. He wasn't wrong. I flip through more pages. There are financial records, credit card statements, hotels, restaurants, gifts. Where did you get these? Robert's not careful, Linda says. He uses our joint credit card for everything, including his affairs. I've been documenting every charge for 2 years. There's a section labeled Evidence Chain, photos of receipts, time-stamped, cross-referenced with the women's calendars. You're a lawyer, I say. I'd forgotten. Linda practiced family law before the kids were born. Was, she corrects. But I remember how to build a case. I close the binder. Can't look at it anymore. Why didn't you leave him? I ask. 2 years. You could have divorced him, taken the girls, started over. Linda is quiet for a long time. I didn't tell you because you would have confronted him, she says again, and he would have run, and the women would have been blamed. Sluts, homewreckers. The church would have protected him and destroyed them. She stands, walks to the window, looks out at the dark street. I needed proof, she continues. Not just for one affair, for all of them. I needed to show the pattern, the predation. I needed it to be undeniable. And now you have it. She turns, looks at me. Now I have it, she agrees. And Sunday everyone will know, the whole church, 800 people, they'll hear it from me. They'll see the proof, and Robert won't be able to run, won't be able to hide, won't be able to gaslight anyone ever again. She closes the binder, locks it back in the box. I didn't tell you because I needed you angry, Linda says. Not broken. I needed you to fight, and you can't fight when you're drowning. I look at her. This woman I've known for 4 years. Pastor's wife, prayer group leader, PTA volunteer. I didn't know her at all. What do you need me to do? I ask. Nothing yet, Linda says. Just don't confront Robert. Not until Sunday. Can you do that? Every part of me wants to drive to his house right now, wants to drag him into the street, wants to make him look at Caleb and admit what he did. But Linda's right. Confrontation without proof is just noise. I can wait, I say. Linda smiles, the first real smile I've seen from her. Good, she says, because Sunday the whole church is going to tremble. Wednesday morning, Linda calls me at 6 a.m. There are 2 others, she says. Husbands, they need to meet you. An hour later, I'm sitting in a diner 40 minutes outside town, far enough that no one from church will see us. The first man walks in at 7:15. He's wearing a suit, wedding ring. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. David Miller, he says, shakes my hand. His grip is weak. Jessica's husband. The second man arrives 10 minutes later, younger, maybe late 20s, jeans and a work shirt, landscaping company logo on the chest. Tom Johnson, he says, Amy's husband. We sit in a corner booth, order coffee. None of us drink it. How long have you known? I ask David. 6 months, he says. Jessica told me she couldn't keep it in anymore, said she'd been having an affair with Pastor Robert for 2 years. Did you confront him? I tried. David laughs. It sounds broken. Went to the church, knocked on his office door. He sat me down, prayed with me, told me Jessica was going through a spiritual crisis, that she was confused, that sometimes women fixate on their counselors. He said it was common, said he'd refer her to someone else. And you believed him? I wanted to. David's hands are shaking. I wanted him to be telling the truth, because if he was lying, that meant everything I believed was a lie. Tom speaks up. Amy never told me. I found out from Linda 2 weeks ago. I look at him. Linda told you? He nods. She showed up at my work, showed me the binder, the texts, the calendar, said Amy had an affair with Robert 3 years ago, said Amy got pregnant and miscarried. You didn't know about the pregnancy? Amy told me she miscarried. Tom's voice cracks. I held her while she cried, took her to the hospital. Pastor Robert came to pray with us. He held both our hands and prayed for healing. The coffee sits between us, getting cold. Linda showed me something else, Tom says, medical records. Amy's miscarriage was at 10 weeks, but the conception date... He stops, swallows. I was deployed. I wasn't even in the country. David puts his head in his hands. I've been coming to Cornerstone Church for 15 years. My kids were baptized by Robert. Jessica and I got married there. We renewed our vows there 5 years ago. Robert officiated. I don't even know if I believe in God anymore, Tom says quietly. The diner is mostly empty. A waitress refills our coffee. We don't acknowledge her. Linda says there are 5 women total, I say. Do you know who the other 2 are? David nods. One left town, moved to her parents' place in Ohio. Linda tracked her down. She won't testify, too scared. And the 5th? Still in the church, David says. Still seeing Robert. Linda's been trying to reach her, but she won't talk. I think she actually believes he loves her. I think about Emma, about her crying on the kitchen floor. It was a mistake. Was it? Or did she think Robert loved her too? What are you going to do? Tom asked me. Now that you know? Linda's planning something, I say. Sunday, she's going to expose him in front of the whole church. David looks up. How? I don't know the details, but she has 2 years of evidence. She's ready. Tom leans back, closes his eyes. Good. I hope she destroys him. We sit in silence, 3 men. Strangers bonded by betrayal. The waitress brings the check. David pays. None of us say thank you. In the parking lot, Tom grabs my arm. Do you have kids? He asks. A son, 3 years old. Is he yours? The question hangs in the air. No, I say. He's Robert's. Tom nods. Let's go of my arm. I'm sorry. Me too. We drive away in different directions. 3 trucks, 3 broken men, 3 families destroyed by one man who called himself a shepherd. I don't go to work Thursday. Can't face it. Can't pretend everything's normal. I call in sick. First time in 6 years. I drive to Emma's parents' house instead, park across the street, watch. Emma's car is in the driveway. Her mother answers the door when Emma knocks. They talk on the porch. Emma's crying. Her mother's face is stone. Then her mother goes inside, closes the door, leaves Emma standing there. Even her own mother won't let her in. I drive away before Emma sees me. At 2 p.m., I'm parked outside Cornerstone Church. The parking lot is mostly empty. A few cars, staff vehicles. Robert's BMW is in his reserved spot, pastor parking, the spot closest to the door. I sit there for an hour, watching. People come and go. No one stays long. Church secretary, youth pastor, janitor. At 3:30, a car pulls in. Silver sedan. I recognize it. Sarah Bennett. She's on the worship team, sings every Sunday. Her husband died 2 years ago. Cancer. She parks next to Robert's car, goes inside. I wait. She comes out at 5:45, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Her hair is messed up. Mascara smudged. She's fixing her blouse as she walks to her car. She's number 5. I take a photo, license plate, timestamp. Linda will want it. That night, I go home. Not to Linda's, to my house. Emma's there. She sees me pull up, meets me at the door. Michael, I'm not here to talk, I say. I need to see Caleb. She steps aside. Caleb is in his room, playing with Lego blocks, building a tower. He looks up when I walk in. Daddy! He runs to me, arms up. I pick him up. He's heavy, growing. Hey, buddy. Where were you? I missed you. I missed you too. Emma is in the doorway, watching. I ignore her. Caleb, can you show me what you're building? He wiggles down, runs to his Lego tower. It's a castle, see? For the knights. I sit on the floor, watch him play. He narrates every piece he adds. The tower gets taller. He's focused, careful. His tongue sticks out a little when he concentrates. He looks like Emma. Dark hair, her nose, her smile, but his eyes are brown. Like Robert's. Does that matter? On the wall above his bed, there's a drawing, construction paper, crayon, a stick figure man and a smaller stick figure, both smiling, the sun in the corner, classic kid art. I stand, walk closer. There are words at the bottom in Emma's handwriting. Me and Daddy. The big stick figure is wearing blue. My work uniform color, the little one is holding the big one's hand. Caleb made this, gave it to me 3 weeks ago. I'm Daddy, not Robert, me. Daddy? Caleb tugs my jeans. Why are you crying? I wipe my face, didn't realize I was. I'm not crying, buddy, just tired. Do you have to go again? I kneel down, eye level. Yeah, I have to go, but I'll be back, I promise. Promise, promise? Promise, promise. He hugs me, arms around my neck. He smells like kid shampoo and Lego dust. I hold him. This boy, this child who isn't mine by blood, but is mine in every way that matters. DNA doesn't choose family. I do, and I choose him. Emma walks me to the door. Michael, I'm not leaving him, I say. Caleb, I'm not walking away from him. I never thought you would. I don't know about us, I continue. I don't know if I can forgive you, but I know I'm not punishing a 3-year-old for what you and Robert did. Emma nods, crying again. Thank you. I leave, sit in my truck, call Linda. I saw Robert's car at the church, I say, and Sarah Bennett's. She was there for 2 hours. Sarah, Linda repeats. I hear her writing. I'll add her to the file. 5 women, I say, 5 families. How did no one see it? People see what they want to see, Linda says, and Robert is very good at making people want to believe in him. Not anymore. Not after Sunday, she agrees. Friday night, Linda calls again. I need you to do something. What? There's a board meeting tonight, 9 p.m., emergency session. They're discussing you. How do you know? Because the chairman called Robert, and Robert told me he had to go out. Board emergency. He thought I was asleep. I wasn't. What do you need me to do? Go there, Linda says. Listen, record if you can. I need to know what they're planning. At 8:45, I'm parked behind Cornerstone Church. The back parking lot, 6 cars, board members, Robert's BMW. The church has windows. The fellowship hall is on the first floor. Curtains closed, but there's a gap. I can see shapes, people sitting around a table. I move closer. There's a storage room next to the fellowship hall, shares a wall. The door is unlocked. I slip inside. I can hear voices through the wall, muffled but clear enough. I pull out my phone, start recording. Discussing the Davis situation. That's Chairman Peters, 62. Owns a car dealership. Major donor. What situation? Someone else. I don't recognize the voice. Michael Davis came to my office Wednesday, Robert says. I freeze. He's upset. There are accusations about Emma, about impropriety. What kind of impropriety? Peters asks. Silence. Robert, Peters again, what is he accusing you of? An affair, Robert says quietly. He thinks Emma and I were involved. Were you? Another voice. Frank Morrison, deacon. I counseled Emma, Robert says. His voice is smooth, pastoral. She was struggling in her marriage. Michael works long hours. She felt neglected. I provided spiritual guidance, nothing more. Then why is Michael upset? He had a DNA test done, Robert says, on their son Caleb. The results weren't what he expected. Silence again. Are you saying the boy isn't his? Morrison asks. I'm saying Michael is looking for someone to blame, Robert says, and unfortunately he's chosen me. This is bad, Peters says. If Michael starts talking, he won't, Robert interrupts. I'll handle it. How? I'll meet with him, pray with him, help him see this is a spiritual attack. The enemy wants to divide this church. We can't let that happen. What if he goes public? Peters asks. What if he brings this to the congregation? Another voice. Sarah Chen, board secretary. We could lose members. This kind of accusation, which is why we handle it quietly. Peters says, Robert, you meet with Michael. Apologize for any misunderstanding. Offer counseling. Keep him calm. And if that doesn't work? Morrison asks. Silence. Long silence. Then we protect the church, Peters says finally. If we fire Robert over an unproven accusation, we lose credibility. We lose donors. We could lose 300 members who follow Robert. And if we don't, Morrison presses, we lose the Davis family and maybe a dozen others who believe him. Run the numbers, Frank. It's not even close. I stop breathing. You're suggesting we cover this up? Morrison sounds shocked. I'm suggesting we prioritize the greater good, Peters says. One family versus the health of an entire congregation. It's not a difficult decision. This is wrong, Morrison says. This is stewardship, Peters counters. We have a responsibility to this church, to keep it strong, to keep it growing. We can't let one man's accusations destroy everything Robert has built here. Chairs scraping, meeting ending. We vote, Peters says, all in favor of allowing Robert to continue as senior pastor while he addresses Michael's concerns privately? Aye. Silence. Frank? Peters asks. No, Morrison says. This is wrong and you all know it. Noted, Peters says. Motion passes 5-1. Robert, you handle the Davis situation. We'll support you however you need. Meeting adjourned. I wait until they leave. Wait until the parking lot is empty, except for my truck. Then I get in and drive. I send the recording to Linda. She calls immediately. They voted to protect him, I say. I know, I heard it. They know he's guilty and they don't care. They care about money, Linda corrects, and numbers. Robert brings in $500,000 a year in tithes. That's worth more to them than the truth. My hands are gripping the steering wheel so hard they hurt. Sunday, Linda says. We end this Sunday. Saturday morning, Linda asks me to come over. When I arrive, her daughters are there, Rachel and Grace. They're sitting at the kitchen table with Linda. The binder is open. Tell him, Linda says to Rachel. Rachel looks at me. She's 15, old enough to understand, old enough to be damaged by this. We want you to know, she says carefully, that we support Mom. We know what Dad did. We know what she's going to do tomorrow. And we want her to do it. Grace nods. She's 13, quieter than her sister. He stopped being our dad when he chose other women over us. I look at Linda. They know everything? They deserve to know the truth, Linda says. I'm not going to lie to my daughters to protect their father. What happens after tomorrow? I ask. To them? We move forward, Linda says. The girls and I, without Robert. Rachel picks up a photo from the table. Family photo. Robert, Linda, the girls, smiling. Taken 2 years ago at a church picnic. She turns it face down. We're not his family anymore, Rachel says. He chose not to be our father, so we're choosing not to be his daughters. Grace is crying silently. Rachel puts an arm around her. It's okay, Rachel says. We're going to be okay. Linda walks me to the door. The letter, she says, the one Robert wrote to Emma, I need to show you. She hands me a piece of paper, photocopy, but I can see the original in my mind. Church letterhead at the top, Cornerstone Church logo. The handwriting is rushed, blue pen, intimate. Emma, I can't stop thinking about you. Last Tuesday feels like a lifetime ago. I need to see you again. I know it's wrong. I know we're both married. But I can't help what I feel. Linda doesn't understand me the way you do. She's focused on the girls, on the house, on everything except us. You see me, the real me. I'll leave her once the girls graduate. Rachel has 3 more years, then we can be together. Really together, I promise. I love you more than I've loved anyone. Where did you find this? I ask. In Emma's Bible, Linda says. She keeps it in your bedroom, nightstand drawer. I went to your house last month while you were at work. Emma was at the grocery store. I searched. I found it. You broke into my house. I gathered evidence, Linda corrects. The letter is dated 14 months ago, which means Robert was still promising Emma a future while sleeping with at least 2 other women. I read it again, the casual cruelty. Linda doesn't understand me. His wife of 17 years, the mother of his children. I found this 18 months ago, Linda says. I photographed it, put it back exactly where it was. I needed him to think I was blind. She looks at me. Her eyes are hard. I'm not blind, Michael. I've been watching, planning, waiting for the right moment. Tomorrow is the right moment. What's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow, Linda says, I'm going to stand in front of 800 people and tell them the truth. I'm going to show them the binder. I'm going to name the women. I'm going to show them the text messages on the big screen. And Robert is going to watch his kingdom fall. The board will try to stop you. Let them try. Linda smiles. It's not a kind smile. I have a law degree and 2 years of evidence. They have pride and profit. I'll win. I drive home, not to Emma's, to the motel where I've been staying, lie on the bed, stare at the ceiling. 72 hours ago, I didn't know. 72 hours ago, I thought I had a family, a church, a life. Now I have a son who isn't mine but is, a wife who betrayed me, a pastor who's a predator, and a church that chose money over truth. Sunday is 12 hours away. Saturday night, can't sleep. At 11 p.m., I drive to the church, empty parking lot, dark building. I sit in my truck and look at it. I've been coming here for 6 years. Every Sunday, every Wednesday for prayer meeting, every holiday, every milestone. I got baptized here. Emma and I got married here. Caleb was dedicated here. How much of it was real? I think about the sermons, Robert's sermons. We don't leave. That was his favorite line. We don't leave the faith. We don't leave each other. We don't abandon what God has built. He said that, standing in the pulpit, looking at all of us, looking at me, looking at Emma, knowing what he'd done, knowing what we didn't know. We don't leave. I pull out my phone, open the voice memo app, press record. God, I say. My voice cracks. I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you care. But I need help. I need to know if I'm doing the right thing. A car drives by. Headlights sweep across my windshield. Tomorrow, 800 people are going to find out their pastor is a liar. Some of them will believe it. Some won't. Either way, lives are going to be destroyed. Families, friendships, faith. I wipe my face. Didn't realize I was crying. Emma says I'm going to destroy the church. Maybe she's right. Maybe silence would be better. Maybe protecting the institution is more important than the truth. Pause. But I keep thinking about Caleb, about the women Robert manipulated, about the husbands who don't know, about the next woman he'll target if no one stops him. My hand is shaking. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, I say again, but I know silence is wrong, and I know you're a God who sees, who knows, who judges. I think about Psalm 94, my grandfather's Bible, the verse I read this morning. The Lord is a God who avenges. O God who avenges, shine forth. Tomorrow, I whisper, let the truth shine forth. I stop recording, delete it. It's not for anyone else, just for me. I start to leave. Then I see movement. A light in the church, second floor, Robert's office. His car isn't in the lot, but someone's up there. I get out, walk to the building. The side door is unlocked. I slip inside. The building smells like old carpet and coffee. Familiar. Safe. Except it's not safe. It never was. I take the stairs, second floor. Robert's office door is open. The light is on. Linda is inside. She's sitting at Robert's desk, going through his computer. Linda? She doesn't jump. Doesn't even look surprised. Michael, she says calmly. You can't sleep either? What are you doing? Insurance? She says. She turns the monitor toward me. Email inbox. Robert's email. He's sloppy. Uses the same password for everything. The church Wi-Fi password backwards. Clever. She's scrolling through emails, clicking, downloading. You're hacking his computer. I'm documenting, she corrects, again with that word. He keeps backups of everything. Photos, videos, messages. He thinks deleting them from his phone is enough. It's not. She ejects a USB drive, slips it in her pocket. Tomorrow, I'm going to give the board a choice, Linda says. They can fire Robert and salvage what's left of this church, or they can protect him and I'll go to the police with everything I have. Financial fraud, embezzlement. He's been using church funds for his affairs, hotels, gifts. It's all documented. They'll choose to protect him, I say. You heard the vote. Then I'll destroy them too, Linda says simply. She stands, turns off the computer, closes Robert's office door. We walk downstairs together. Outside, the parking lot is still empty. Are you scared? I ask. Terrified, Linda admits, but being scared isn't a reason not to do what's right. What if it backfires? What if the church turns on you? Then they turn on me. She unlocks her car. But at least they'll know the truth. At least the next woman Robert targets will know to stay away. She gets in her car, rolls down the window. Go home, Michael. Get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. Linda? Yeah? Thank you, I say. For fighting, for not staying silent, for... Don't thank me yet, she interrupts. Tomorrow, everything changes for all of us. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse, but definitely forever. She drives away. I get in my truck, check my phone. It's after midnight, Sunday, the day the church trembles. Sunday morning, 9:47 a.m. I'm sitting in my truck in the church parking lot. Cars everywhere, 800 people, maybe more. The lot is full. People are parking on the grass. Normal Sunday, except it's not. Linda texted me at 6 a.m. I'm going to speak during announcements. 10:15, be there, stand near the back exit. I'm wearing my good shirt, the one I wear to funerals. Seems appropriate. Emma's car pulls in. I watch her get out. She's alone. No Caleb. Smart. She walks toward the building, sees my truck, sees me, stops. For a moment we just look at each other. Then she keeps walking. I follow. Stay back. She doesn't turn around. The sanctuary is packed. Standing room only. I stand in the back, near the side exit like Linda said. Robert is on stage, smiling, greeting people. He looks relaxed, confident, navy suit, church logo tie, hair perfect. Linda is sitting in the third row. I can see the back of her head. Rachel and Grace on either side of her. The girls are wearing black. Linda's in white. Worship starts. 3 songs. Everyone standing, hands raised, voices lifted. I don't sing. Robert takes the stage after worship, opens with prayer. Everyone bows their heads. Everyone except me and Linda. She's staring at him. Let us pray, Robert says. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this community. Thank you for your faithfulness. My phone buzzes. Text from Linda. 2 minutes. Robert finishes praying, opens his Bible. Today we're continuing our series on family, God's design for marriage, how to keep your family strong in a broken world. The irony is suffocating. Turn with me to Ephesians 5. Robert continues, husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church. Linda stands. Robert stops mid-sentence, looks at her. Linda? His voice is warm, pastoral. Is everything okay? She doesn't answer, just walks to the center aisle, starts walking toward the stage. Linda, we're in the middle of... I need to speak, Linda says. Her voice carries, clear, strong. Everyone turns to look. Robert laughs, uncomfortable. Sweetheart, this isn't the time. We can talk after... No. Linda reaches the steps, climbs them. She's on stage now, standing next to him. We're going to talk now in front of everyone. The room goes silent. Robert's smile is frozen. Linda, you're not well. Let's go to my office. I'm not going anywhere. Linda turns to face the congregation. 800 faces, confused, curious, some starting to look concerned. Chairman Peters stands from the front row. Linda, we need to ask you to step down. This is highly inappropriate. Linda pulls something from her bag. The binder, black leather, 3 rings, 278 pages. She holds it up. My husband is a predator, she says. Gasps. Someone screams. The room explodes into noise. Robert grabs her arm. Linda, stop. She yanks away. Don't touch me. Peters is rushing toward the stage. 2 other board members behind him. Linda's voice cuts through the chaos. Touch me, and this binder goes to the police. All of you, sit down. Peter stops. The board members stop. Linda looks at them. I have proof. 2 years of documentation, text messages, photos, financial records, 5 women, 5 affairs, and every single one of you... She points at the board members. You knew, or you should have known, and you did nothing. Robert is backing away. This is insane. She's having a breakdown. I'm having a revelation. Linda corrects. She opens the binder. Let's start with Emma Davis. Emma is in her seat, 5 rows back. She's pale, frozen. Emma Davis, Linda repeats. Affair started 2.5 years ago. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 p.m., Robert's office. The affair produced a child, Caleb Davis. DNA test confirms Robert is the biological father. The room erupts again, people shouting, standing. Emma is crying. That's not... Robert starts. Page 47, Linda says. She reads. Text message from Robert to Emma, dated March 15th, 2023. I can't stop thinking about last Tuesday. Your skin, your voice. I need you again. She turns to the tech booth. Can we get this on the big screen? The tech volunteer is frozen. Young kid, maybe 19. Put it on the screen, Linda says again. Now. The kid looks at Robert. Robert shakes his head. Linda walks to the edge of the stage. If you don't put it on the screen, I'm going to read every text message out loud. All 427 of them. Your choice. The kid hits a button. The screens light up. Both sides of the sanctuary. Massive. Impossible to miss. Text messages. Timestamps. Robert's name at the top. The congregation reads, I love you more than I've loved anyone. Linda doesn't understand me the way you do. Last night when you people gasp, women start crying, men start shouting. Jessica Miller, Linda says, scrolls to the next section. Affair started 3 years ago, also Tuesdays, also in Robert's office. He told her God brought them together. Another face in the crowd. Jessica, she's sobbing. Her husband David is standing, staring at Robert. More text on the screen. You're my answered prayer. God wants us to be together. I'll leave Linda, I promise. Amy Johnson, Linda continues, flipping pages. 2.5 years, Thursdays, she got pregnant. Robert knew she miscarried at 10 weeks. He told her not to tell anyone, told her the stress would make it worse. Tom Johnson is standing now too. He's shaking. He was deployed when she got pregnant, Linda says, looking at Tom. You weren't even in the country, and Robert prayed with you both when she miscarried. Do you remember? He held your hands. Tom sits down, puts his head in his hands. Linda pulls out more papers. Church financial records, 2 years, hotels charged to the church credit card, 47 times, restaurants, gifts, total, $63,247, church funds, your tithes, your offerings, funding his affairs. Peter stands again. This is slander. This is evidence, Linda snaps. And I have copies. The police have copies. The IRS will have copies by tomorrow morning. Robert is at the edge of the stage. You're destroying the church. You already did that, Linda says. She pulls out one more document, holds it up. Church letterhead visible even from the back. A letter, she says, written by Robert to Emma on church stationery. Let me read it. She reads every word. The intimacy, the promises, the casual cruelty toward Linda, toward the girls. I'll leave her once the girls graduate. When she finishes, the silence is crushing. Then someone screams. He's running! Robert is moving off the stage toward the side exit, my exit. I step into the doorway. He stops, stares at me. Not this time, I say. David Miller appears behind Robert. Tom Johnson from the other side. We form a wall. You're going to stay, David says. You're going to face what you did. Robert looks around, trapped. The congregation is standing now. Some people are leaving. Families rushing toward the doors. Others are moving forward, toward the stage, toward him. A woman shouts, "You counseled my daughter! She was 17. Another voice, "You told my wife I was the problem." Peters tries to regain control, grabs a microphone. "Everyone, please, let's remain calm." Linda cuts him off. "Friday night, board meeting, emergency session, I have a recording." She pulls out her phone, presses play. Peters' voice fills the sanctuary. "If we fire Robert, we lose 300 members. Run the numbers, Frank. It's not even close." More gasps, shouting. Peters is backing away now too. "That was taken out of context. Here's the full context," Linda says. "The board voted 5-1 to protect Robert, even after they knew about the affairs, even after they knew about the embezzlement. They chose money over truth. They chose numbers over victims." Frank Morrison stands. He was the one dissenting vote. "She's right. I voted no. I said it was wrong. They didn't listen." Other board members are trying to leave. The crowd won't let them. People blocking the aisles, demanding answers, demanding justice. Robert is still standing there, trapped between me, David, and Tom. His face is red, sweating. "Say something," I tell him. "Yours, defend yourself." He looks at me, opens his mouth. Nothing comes out. "That's what I thought," I say. Police sirens outside. Someone called them. The crowd parts. 2 officers enter, look around at the chaos. Linda walks to them, calm, composed, hands them the binder. "This is evidence," she says. "Financial fraud, embezzlement, abuse of power. It's all documented." The officer takes it, looks at Robert. "Sir, we're going to need you to come with us." "I haven't done anything illegal," Robert starts. "Using church funds for personal expenses is fraud," Linda says. "That's illegal. I'm a lawyer. I know." The officer nods. "Sir, let's go." Robert looks at Linda. "You're destroying everything we built." "No," Linda says. "I'm revealing what you destroyed. There's a difference." They lead him out. Hands on his arms, not handcuffs, not yet, but everyone sees. 800 witnesses. The sanctuary empties. People fleeing, people crying, families arguing. Some people approach Linda, thank her, others glare at her, curse her. She stands there, alone on the stage, still holding the binder. I walk to her. It's done, I say. No, she says, it's just beginning. 24 hours later, Monday afternoon, Robert is fired. Unanimous board vote, 6-0. Peters abstained, then resigned. 4 other board members resigned by Tuesday. The church is in chaos. 340 families leave within 48 hours. Some go to other churches. Some stop going altogether. 37 families stay, demand the church continue, hire a new pastor, clean house. Frank Morrison becomes interim chairman, hires a forensic accountant. The audit reveals $87,000 in missing funds, not 63, 87, hotels, restaurants, gifts, credit cards in Robert's name, paid by the church. Criminal investigation opens. DA's office gets involved. Financial fraud, possible tax evasion. Robert hires a lawyer, expensive one, out of state. Releases a statement Wednesday morning. My client denies all allegations and will fight these baseless charges in court. Linda's response: good, see you in court. Wednesday night, I get a call from Emma's mother. Emma's gone, she says. What do you mean, gone? She left town, packed a bag, took Caleb, said she couldn't face people anymore, said she was going to her sister's in Oregon. My stomach drops. She took Caleb? I'm sorry, Michael. I tried to stop her. She said you'd understand. I hang up. Call Emma. It goes to voicemail. I call Linda. She can't just take him, I say. There's no custody agreement, nothing legal. Do you want to fight her? Linda asks. I think about Caleb, about Emma, about Oregon, about dragging a 3-year-old through a court battle over paternity. No, I say finally. I don't want to fight. I want to be his father. Then let her go, Linda says gently. Let her settle, then reach out. Set up visitation. Show her you're not leaving Caleb. Show him. What if she won't let me see him? She will, Linda says, because despite everything, Emma knows you're the only real father Caleb has. Thursday, Robert's wife, his actual legal wife, files for divorce. Linda files. Papers served at his lawyer's office. She's asking for full custody of Rachel and Grace. Spousal support, division of assets, everything. Robert's lawyer requests mediation. Linda declines. We'll see him in court, she says. Friday, 4 families file lawsuits, civil suits, David Miller, Tom Johnson, 2 others. The women who left town and came back when they heard. They're suing Robert personally, the church corporately, the board individually, negligence, emotional distress, fraud. The church's insurance won't cover it, moral clause. The policies are void. Cornerstone Church declares bankruptcy the following Monday. 2 months pass. I'm living in a rental, 1-bedroom apartment, cheap, clean, temporary. Emma calls in week 6. Caleb wants to talk to me. Daddy? His voice breaks something in me. Hey, buddy, I miss you. I miss you too. When are you coming? Soon, I promise. Really soon. Emma and I work out a schedule. Every other weekend, I fly to Oregon, stay in a hotel, spend Saturday and Sunday with Caleb. It's not enough, but it's something. 3 months after the Sunday that broke everything, Linda starts a support group for the wives, the husbands, the families affected by Robert. We meet in a school gym. 32 people show up the first night. By the third meeting, there are 57. David Miller is there, Tom Johnson, Jessica, Amy, others I don't know, others whose stories I'll learn. Linda runs the meetings. She's good at it, professional but kind, legal mind with a pastor's heart. This isn't about revenge, she says at the first meeting. It's about healing, about rebuilding, about learning to trust again. Someone asks if she's going to become a counselor. Maybe, Linda says. I'm taking classes, trauma counseling. We'll see. Rachel and Grace come sometimes. They sit in the back. Listen, they're healing too. Slower, but healing. I ask Rachel once if she's okay. I don't know, she says honestly, but I'm better than I was. That counts for something. 3 months and 1 week. I'm at Caleb's preschool play. Emma invited me. I flew out, sat next to her in the audience. Caleb is a tree. He has branches taped to his arms. He stands very still for 3 whole minutes. Perfect tree. After, he runs to us, hugs Emma first, then me. Did you see me, Daddy? I was a tree. Best tree I've ever seen, I say. Emma and I talk outside while Caleb plays on the swings. I'm sorry, she says, for the 100th time. I know. I don't know if you'll ever forgive me. I don't know either, I say honestly, but I forgive me for trusting too much, for not seeing, for whatever I did that made you look somewhere else. It wasn't you, Emma says quietly. It was never you. Caleb runs over. Daddy, push me! I push him on the swings, higher and higher. He laughs. That kid laugh, that's pure joy. Emma watches. He loves you. I love him too. Are we going to be okay? She asks. No, I say. Not the way we were. But maybe we can be something new, something honest. She nods, wipes her face. Caleb jumps off the swing. I'm hungry. We take him for ice cream, the 3 of us. Not a family anymore, not in the old way, but still something, still connected. DNA doesn't choose family. I do, and I choose this boy. 3 months and 2 weeks. Linda invites me to her house, says she has something to show me. When I arrive, there's a fire pit in the backyard. Rachel and Grace are there. They're holding the old prayer group photo, the one from 18 months ago, the one with everyone smiling, everyone lying. We're burning it, Rachel says. Good idea, I say. Linda lights it, the photo curls, burns. Everyone watches it disappear. New beginnings, Linda says. Grace pulls out a new photo, taken last week. The support group, 57 people, standing together, survivors. This one's going on the wall, Grace says. Rachel frames it right there, hangs it in the living room where the old one used to be. Better, she says. We sit around the fire pit. Linda makes coffee. We don't talk about Robert, don't talk about the church, don't talk about the lawsuits or the trial or any of it. We just sit, 3 months into the wreckage, still standing. You know what I learned, Linda says. What? Prayer changes things, just not the way Robert taught us. Prayer doesn't change circumstances. It changes the person praying. It gives you clarity, strength, the courage to do what needs to be done. She stirs her coffee. I prayed for 2 years, she continues. Not for Robert to change, not for the affairs to stop. I prayed for wisdom, for patience, for the right moment. And God gave me a lawyer's brain and a mother's fury. Turned out that's exactly what I needed. Rachel smiles. Mom the warrior. Mom the truth teller, Grace corrects. Linda looks at me. What did you learn? I think about Caleb, about Emma, about the church that chose money, about the board that chose silence, about Linda who chose war. I learned that we don't leave means different things, I say. Robert meant it as control, as obligation, but I'm choosing a different meaning. I'm not leaving Caleb, not because DNA binds me, because love does, because I choose him every day. That's what we don't leave really means. Choosing to stay when you could walk away for the right reasons. Linda nods. I'll drink to that. We raise our coffee cups. To choosing, Linda says. To staying, Rachel adds. To truth, I finish. We drink. The fire burns down. The stars come out. We sit there for another hour. Not saying much, just being. Eventually I stand. I should go? Linda walks me to my truck. You going to be okay? She asks. Yeah, I say, I think so. You? Getting there. She smiles. Trials in 6 months. Robert's fighting everything. Custody, assets, criminal charges. You'll win. I know. She's confident, calm, the same Linda who stood on that stage and burned everything down. Not because I'm smarter or better, but because I have the truth. And eventually, the truth always wins. I drive home. The apartment is dark, empty, but it's mine. I check my phone. Text from Emma, photo of Caleb. He's holding a drawing, new one. It shows 3 people, a woman, a man, a little boy in the middle. Stick figures holding hands. The caption says, "My family." Emma's text, "He wanted you to see this. He says you're coming next weekend. Is that true?" I reply, "Yes, I'll be there. Promise, promise." 3 dots. Then, "Thank you for not leaving him." I put the phone down, sit in the dark, think about everything that's happened, everything that's broken, everything that's being rebuilt. Tomorrow I'm meeting David Miller for lunch. He wants to start a dad's group within Linda's support meetings for the men who stayed, who chose to fight, to heal. I'll go. I'll help, because that's what you do when you survive something. You help others survive too. My phone buzzes again. Linda, planting a tree with the girls tomorrow. Rachel's idea. Something that grows. Want to come? I smile. Yes. Saturday morning, Linda's backyard. The tree is small, maybe 3 feet tall, oak sapling. Rachel picked it out. Why oak? I ask. They live for centuries, Rachel says. They survive storms. They grow slowly, but they grow strong. We dig the hole together. Me, Linda, Rachel, Grace. Take turns with the shovel. We plant it, pat the soil, water it. It's small, Grace says. Everything starts small, Linda says. Give it time. We stand back, look at it, this tiny tree in this broken yard behind this house where so much pain happened. It'll grow big, right? Grace asks. If we take care of it, Linda says. Rachel puts her arm around her sister. We'll take care of it. I take a photo, the 4 of us standing around the tree, new beginning, small but alive. My phone buzzes. Text from Caleb. Emma must have helped him. Hi, Daddy. I drew you a picture. It's a tree, like the one we're going to plant. See you next week. Love you. I show Linda. She smiles. Trees, she says. Everywhere. Things that grow. Things that survive, I add. Things that last, Rachel finishes. We stand there for a moment. The 5 of us if you count the tree, or the 6 of us if you count Caleb across the country holding his phone, waiting for my reply. I text back, I love you too, buddy. Can't wait to plant our tree next weekend. 3 dots. Then, promise, 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 promise. I look at the tree, at Linda, at her daughters, at this strange family we've become, not by blood, not by law, just by surviving the same fire. This is what remains when everything burns down. The people who choose to stay. The people who choose each other. The people who plant trees in the ruins and believe they'll grow. We don't leave. Not anymore. Not like that. We stay, we grow, we survive, and if we take care of each other, maybe that's enough.